He's 9 years old. He's crazy about baseball. He's Brennan Moran, and this is the Brennan Moran Show. Season 2, Episode 15 with a guest. My grandpa. This is his third time on the podcast.
It is a pleasure to be here, young man.
Mm-hmm. And before we talk about the postseason, when my grandpa came here, started talking about Wild Bill Hagy. So can we talk about Wild
Would
Bill
you like
Hagy?
me to tell your audience about Wild Bill?
Yes.
Okay, well, Brendan, as you know, baseball has been going on for over 100 years, and it is rich with many stories. And one of the stories is that in the late 1970s, the Baltimore Orioles were one of the better teams in baseball, and they were vying for championships every year. But sometimes they weren't playing very well. But there was a cab driver from Dundalk, Maryland, who sat in the far right field stands at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore because that's the only seats he could afford. And one night when the Orioles, before a sold-out crowd, were not doing very well, Wild Bill got up and shouted out, O-R-I-O-L-E-S. He paused. And then about 100 people repeated that. And by the fourth time, the entire stadium of 35 or 40,000 people was screaming Orioles. And the team revived. And when they were down 3-1, they ended up winning the game 4-3. And every time after that, he would appear in the stadium, the fans would go crazy. And it was a great inspiration to the team. It shows following your hometown team and cheering for them can really help the players. So that's the legend of Wild Bill Hagy.
So after I watched baseball for 4 years. And I've never seen this before with, there's a four-way sweep from the NL and the AL.
Can I ask a question about Wild Bill Hagy?
Yeah.
What would have happened if he got nervous and spelled it wrong?
I would guess that the fans would correct him. I don't think they would follow an incorrect spelling. The Oriole fans...
It'd be like the first case of autocorrect on your phone?
It could be.
So we have the Diamondbacks sweeping the Brewers, the Marlins, the Phillies sweeping the Marlins, the Rangers sweeping the Rays, and the Twins sweeping the Blue Jays. And
Brendan, were you surprised when the Brewers were up on the Diamondbacks in both games and the Answerbacks came back and won the game?
Yep. They also won against... either last year's or 2 years ago Cy Young winner Corbin Burns.
Yeah, they got to him. It seems like when the Diamondbacks start hitting, they hit in bunches and they get the base runners on and just create chaos, which is their motto for the postseason.
But playing the Dodgers is going to be tough.
It's going to be tough, but they're talking tough. They're saying the Dodgers are going to have to come through them if they want to win it.
Yeah.
Jake McCarthy out for at least this series.
Why?
Injury. And it looked a little scary. Thought maybe we might lose Gabby Moreno for a couple games.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. He got, injured by his, thumb or something like that.
He took the batter for the Brewers was up, and when he came around, his follow-through on the swing hit him in the back of the head.
Catcher's interference.
He stayed in, it wasn't catcher's interference. It was just, the follow-through hit him. And he stayed in for about another batter, and then when the inning was over, they did concussion protocols and took him out of the game.
Yeah, well, that's not good.
Corbin Carroll also up for the Hank Aaron Award in his rookie season.
Nice.
For the top offensive player in the league.
In the NL.
In the NL, the National League.
So we got the Diamondbacks against the Dodgers. Diamondbacks are going to have 2 in Arizona, 3 in LA. I think Braves...
Are you going to those games?
I hope.
Josh,
I hope. And then we have the Phillies and Braves, probably another 3-2 with the Braves having 3 games. And then the Orioles probably have also 3 games against the Rangers. And the Astros against the Twins, they also probably have 3 games in. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, it's best out of 5
Yeah.
series. So you got to win 3.
Yeah.
So I think I forgot my favorite team's name.
I
The
got another-
Diamondbacks are going to win. The Braves are going to win. The Orioles are going to win. And just won't talk about the Astros, but whatever.
Do you have a bet going with your brother who's a Dodgers fan yet?
He's not really a Dodgers fan. He hasn't watched much baseball.
I can disagree with that one.
He hasn't watched a baseball game probably since last year.
That's okay. You can still be a fan.
Yeah. So
Does your grandfather have any predictions
Any
about
predictions?
the postseason?
I am very upset that my Washington Nationals are still floundering around in last place, so I'm not following the other teams very well.
So what really happened? In 2019, they won the World Series, but in 2020, they just
The players, they got too many old players.
they gave away Max Scherzer and
I think the Nationals were eliminated back in May.
But they are on the move. They are improving gradually.
Oh, they're leaving D.C.?
They're staying in D.C. And within 2 years, I predict they will be battling the best teams in baseball.
not really, but whatever. Okay.
I've been going in rage mode.
Oh, okay. But for this episode, I remember one episode ago last episode that we said we would figure out the least. There's always the worst player on the team, but you don't know the worst player. Like the worst player that's like out of like the best players.
Yeah, the worst player is probably like some relief pitcher that gets called up, and then they throw him into a game, and he gives up 7 runs, and then they send him back down to the minors, and you never hear from him again.
So we'll skip the Rockies because we don't really care about them that much. Giants, skip. Padres. What is the least best player on their team? I'm going to have to say Josh Hader.
Tatis.
Really?
No.
Okay, Diamondbacks. Skip. I don't want to say it really. So their players are all good. Dodgers.
Well, didn't you say that their closer was horrible?
Their closer?
You said the Diamondbacks' closer was horrible the first week he was here.
No, he didn't. Because I thought he was going to be horrible.
Well, he blew 1 save, and you were ready to throw him back into the water.
Yeah. The Dodgers.
I'm going to say Trevor Bauer.
Trevor Bauer?
He's not even on the team anymore.
Okay, whatever. I'm going to say, what's it called? What's the...
This is hard because...
Chris Taylor.
Okay.
That's awkward.
Cardinals.
Albert Pujols.
Okay, I don't really...
He's been retired for a couple
Pirates.
seasons.
So the only really good player is O'Neal Cruz. So we'll say O'Neal Cruz.
This is a hard category
Reds.
because it's like you have to know everybody on the team to figure out the worst one.
Reds. Ellie De La Cruz.
Ellie De La Cruz did not have a good second half of the season.
Yeah.
His stats are way down.
Maybe Reds. What's their first baseman's name again?
On the Reds?
Yeah.
Is it,
He used to be on the Yankees, I think.
on the Yankees?
Or that guy was on the Angels. It was the first baseman, you just didn't like him, really. Aaron Boone.
No,
Is he still-
Aaron Boone's the manager of the Yankees.
Oh, yeah, right.
Aaron Hicks?
Brendan, I hate
Yeah.
to interrupt you right now, but I am dying with excitement because your brother, Keegan Moran, the executive producer,
Who does nothing
told
for the
me a
show.
little while ago that if I beat you in Monopoly today, I can have any one of your bobbleheads.
No, you said that, man.
I didn't say nothing.
That's what he told me.
You're not having one
So
single ball.
which one would you choose that I take?
You can have my red. You can have this one.
I thought he said anyone.
You can have this one. Yeah.
All right.
I'll take that one. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry for the interruption.
Cubs.
I've been going in rage mode.
Cubs don't really.
You know what I think would be a good topic for the next episode?
What?
Maybe most overrated player.
Yes, we'll do that next
Because
episode.
it's really hard to know the worst player on each team unless you follow every single team.
Mini Machado. What? I didn't say anything. I was clearing my throat. Mini Machado. Padres. Sorry, guys. That was my throat there.
Brewers.
Worst player or most overrated?
No, like the like out of like the best top players, who's the worst of the best top players?
In all the league?
No, so if I say Brewers, they're fine. Just like think of their best top players and then pick the worst best top player.
I've been going in rage
Burns.
mode.
Burns, Corbin Burns,
Their pitcher? I don't know.
Nationals.
It's a hard category.
Shh, Dad.
Okay.
You're ruining it. Mets. Francisco Lindor. He's just bad, really. Marlins. Tough decision. Who's the player that's on MLB The Show?
Jazz Chisholm?
Yeah,
Jr.?
Jess Chisholm. Yeah, whatever, that guy. Oops, I scrolled way too far. This thing doesn't make sense. Where's Phillies? Not Phillies. Come on, Dad. Think. Use your brain of yours.
Kyle Schwarber.
Okay. Braves. Michael Harris the second.
Acuna. No, I'm kidding. He's awesome.
Skip. Angels. Shohei Ohtani. It's like those are the only two good
I
players.
don't know. I give up on this category. This is
Mariners.
too weird.
Oh, who's their second baseman again? Keegan, shortstop guy.
I say their third base, Josh Rojas.
Rangers.
Josh Rojas.
Rangers.
Rangers, Jacob deGrom.
I've been going in
Even
rage
though I know you
mode.
have him on like every fantasy team that you.
Astros.
Jose Altuve, all day, every day. Why do you ask me? Don't ask if you don't want the answer.
Okay.
I've been
don't.
going in rage mode.
Keegan, just cut it with the sound effects. Way too many. Royals, Skip. White Sox, Tim Anderson. Guardians, Ramirez. Tigers. That's awkward. Twins, Skip. Red Sox.
Carlos Correa.
Hey, Red Sox.
Red
What's
Sox, the whole team.
Justin Turner.
Whole team.
Yankees.
Quite a few. Quite
Who?
a few on there. Giancarlo Stanton comes to mind. What do you think about that, Grandpa?
Blue Jays.
The guy can't run anymore.
After many years following sports, I never criticize players on any team.
Blue Jays. I'm gonna have to go with Bo Bichette. Rays. Anyone? Wander Franco.
Pass.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah. Orioles.
Bingo. I just don't know enough of those players because I don't watch them every day.
Adley or
No, you can't say he's the worst player on there.
I didn't say he's the worst. I said he could be like the worst of best players. That you don't get anything that
I know.
You just,
I'm the worst.
you don't understand anything. School. Oh great, Clayton Kershaw's. Who's pitching for the Clayton Kershaw's pitching? That's not good. Yeah, that's not really good.
Is that the game one starting pitcher for the Dodgers?
Yeah.
Going up against Merrill Kelly.
It's actually to be determined.
Well, it's going to be Merrill Kelly. There's a chance that Merrill Kelly and Zach Gallen will both pitch twice if the series goes to 5 games. So that bodes well for the Diamondbacks.
So, anything else we're going to talk about before we end? Any short things?
And I grab my bobblehead.
No.
Oh, I'm ready for it.
No. It's only if you
Don't
win.
turn your back on me.
Only if you win Monopoly.
I think those bobbleheads need some more friends.
Yeah.
How come your collection's not growing?
Like Corbin Carroll, wink, wink. Or Ronald Acuna Jr., wink, wink.
I'm surprised the Diamondbacks don't just send you one every time they give one away.
Or
Number one podcast
Or-
hosted by a 9-year-old.
Tyler Gilbert, wink, wink. Anything else? And I think that will actually be the end of today's episode. I'm Brendan Moran, the best. Never mind. I forgot what I was going to say.
Are you going to be doing any shows during the playoffs?
Playoffs, yes, we'll be doing some more shows. I think probably maybe once a team goes on, we'll do an episode.
Or maybe Sunday after game one? We
Yeah.
can recap it.
Yeah. And that'll be the end of today's episode. I'm Brennan Moran, and this is The Brennan Moran Show.